The most savage acts of revenge I saw. If this is the video that I'm thinking, this was insane. Humberto, what do you have?
That's right, bro. We all love a little revenge story. John Wick is one of my favorite movies ever.
It really is good.
John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick, great movie.
Where he breaks into the hospital.
No. That's John Q. This is where they kill his dog, and then he goes for fucking payback. And as a dog, my dog was murdered, I think, by a veterinarian by accident, but I wanted justice. So when I'm watching that movie, I'm like, get him, John Wick.
Would Falling Down, that's my favorite movie. Would Falling Down be a revenge movie?
Oh, Law Abiding Citizen's the best revenge movie ever, by the way.
Is that the one with Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Well, what's
Not
the
better
other?
than Michael Douglas. Falling Down.
Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon was decent and had a great song, but relatively unknown.
But the way he tortures them and keeps them alive and everything, that's the best way to kill somebody ever if they did something terrible to you.
All right.
All right.
It went dark again. You're having a good time. Are you okay?
Drone flying
Are you okay? Are you going through something, buddy? Because you
I'm
just
great.
keep bringing the fun to a screeching.
Great haircut, though.
Talking about revenge, I was trying to out revenge everybody.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, this happened in Tim Dahl Master Star Throne in Sandy, Utah. All right. Basically,
Just say,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sandy?
No, I heard
Sandy,
it's
Utah.
Insanity, Utah.
No, Sandy, Utah.
Sandy.
Okay. This
right.
happened at a dealership in Sandy, Utah.
Yeah, no hook.
Okay.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, let's play the video, everyone. I don't know if
Everyone's seeing it right now.
but damn. Basically, the story is he told.
Call the cops.
Oh, I love when he gets out.
Wasn't her. I told you, motherfucker. Call the cops!
Well, I think they're going to. That goes without saying.
The part two is him getting cuffed, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd imagine that's, I mean, you're putting people at risk there. If there was a person standing at that kiosk.
Yeah, how do you
we
know?
can sit here and laugh because we don't think anybody got hurt. Did anybody get hurt?
Nobody got hurt.
Do car salesmen count as people?
Not used car sales.
No, well, this is what happened. Exactly what happened. So this guy, he calls the dealership. He's like, "Hey, you sold me a lemon. I'm gonna go return it." And they're like, "No, all sales are final." And he goes like, "If you don't do anything about it, I'm gonna go there and crash a car into the dealership."
But just highlight the same day. It's not like he had it for an extended period of time, from what I understand. Like he left
same
the
day.
dealership and said, "This is an effing lemon. Take it
What's
back."
a lemon? But sorry.
Not a good car. Like something wrong with it. It's obviously looks used, but you buy a car and it's like, oh, it's got.
So-
Yeah,
big
you got to be
problem.
careful. Like in Florida, I believe there's lemon laws to protect you from buying vehicles. There's like a grace period because what will happen a lot when these hurricanes happen is that people's cars will get wrecked underwater, and then they'll go and sell them to other people who eventually sell them back to a dealership. But they'll never run correctly because once that salt water gets inside of that car, it eats it away. It erodes all of the electrical. So you buy a car, you get off the lot as you're driving, you go to turn your left turn signal on, it doesn't go. You're like, well, that's weird. That's weird. Then you go to turn on the radio doesn't work. I don't know how you don't know if you're driving that car off the lot. How do you not know if you're finding out that day that it's a lemon? How did he not know during the test drive?
Well,
because I would think there would be signs that show you drive the car around.
Well, in fairness, because when we bought a Bronco, and it was beautiful, but it was an innocuous issue, but we drove it around the city and it was beautiful. And then we get it, and I'm on the highway, and then I feel the tires are vibrating, and I start thinking, oh, holy crap, did I get a lemon? But it just needed a wheel adjustment or balancing. But you don't notice that until you take it to a certain speed. Not everybody takes a car up to 70 miles an hour, when they're test driving it, and then you.
That's the first. Maybe I'm an idiot. I just bought my wife a Jeep, and the first thing I did, the guy gave me the keys. I'm like, "How far can I go?" He's like, "Oh, nobody's ever asked that." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go for a ride." And I went to the highway because I wanted to see how quick I could
100%.
gun it.
Yeah.
I wanted because I remember when I bought a Mustang, like 25 years ago, my dad goes, "You got to go every once in a while, take it on the highway and open it up to clear everything out." I don't know if that's true, and he just made that up
it's
because I
fun.
don't even know what I'm supposed to
But
be
it's-
clearing out. But I
but
did
it's
it. It was
fun, yeah.
100%. It was fun.
So back to the gentleman in question, Michael Lee.
He's not so gentle.
Well, not so gentle. That's true. Michael Lee Murray, age 35. All right, he was actually arrested after this. He cost $10,000 in damages, and the charges he was booked into the Salt Lake City
reckless
County Jail.
endangerment.
Reckless endangerment, and the damages. All right. And this brought me back to some of my favorite, revenge stories. All right. So if we go to the first one, which is probably one of my favorites, Julius Caesar. You know about this? he got taken by pirates. All right, so he got captured by pirates, and then they asked for a ransom, and he was like, "Wait a minute, that's not enough money. Like, ask him for more money." So they increased the ransom. He got retrieved. He put an army together, a navy together, went after the pirates and killed them all
Yep.
and got his money back.
Nice.
That's a good, nice revenge story.
I will question the historical accuracy as to whether that even happened, but that's an amazing.
I didn't know that pirates existed at the same time as.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, they've
pirates-
always been around.
Oh, it's the
Industry as old as time.
It's the 8th older job in the world.
What, pirating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it. They always say like hooking is the
Yeah,
oldest job.
hookers, lawyers, and pirates.
And
You get them all on one ship.
Hooker, lawyer to pirate.
Apparently.
All right, and this is a beautiful revenge story coming out of Japan. I don't know if you guys saw the movie or heard about the 47 Ronin.
Oh yeah.
No.
No.
All right, feudal Japan. You know, they had a boss. Like, if they imagine if they offended Pat, okay? And then things got out of hand.
No, I don't ever want to mention that. I've done
Got out of
that.
hand. Things got out of hand. Their boss, killed the guy, and revenge was illegal. And then they held a grudge for years, all right? For years. And they went on with their business. They assimilated back to society, plotted for years. Then they got together and killed the other guy, and then they were allowed to kill themselves because revenge was still illegal. So and they knowingly did this, all right? That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Wow.
What else we have here?
What is
a waste
this?
of- what a waste
What
of
even
time.
is this?
What a waste of time! You wasted your entire life for revenge. You could have been fishing.
Well,
But not with a drone, thanks to the government.
Not with
They've ruined that.
but that's Japan. They take everything really seriously, like selling panties. Well, whatever.
They sell used panties in
Out of vending
ATMs
machines.
out of there.
Well,
Not
you can
ATMs,
get
what?
anything out of a
Vending
vending
machines.
machine in Japan, so it's not
Dude,
that
you
weird.
didn't.
Get out
I mean,
of
I've never been.
Like anything, yeah. But
But I asked my
including
wife to
underwear.
bring back 5.
out of vending
you?
machines.
No, I didn't.
That would have been really funny.
Yep.
It's something to put in your desk. Hopefully there's. I don't
comment.
know. Then we have this beautiful illustration. I tried to look for a non-graphic one.
I'm confused by it.
The rib cage is split open.
Well,
Oh. Okay.
this beef started, in the Viking era, and that gentleman there is called Ivan the Boneless. He was featured on the Vikings.
Ivan the Boneless.
Yes,
Okay, I
Ivan
see
the
where we're
Boneless.
going with this now. Okay.
All right, so they killed his dad in the most horrible way. They threw him in a pit with venomous snakes.
Oof.
And he was like, "All right, you did that. We're gonna get revenge." So he grabbed the guy, that killed his father, who was King. It has a weird letter. I can't pronounce this. It's King Aelle. I mean A. The Ae.
Ayala.
Yeah, that king. He invented a new form of punishment that is called the Blood Angel. So basically, he put him on. Yeah, he put him. He grabbed them, opened his chest cavity, and made wings out of his lungs.
While he was alive?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
Yeah,
I don't think you live very long after that happens, but
you kind of need your lungs.
That
I mean, you do it with one lung, and
It's
then
very
technically you could prolong the.
They used to
That
get
graphic.
they used to get really creative with pain and
medieval
suffering.
torture
Yeah.
methods.
Well, yeah, because you used
yeah.
to see like where they tie their arms together and then rip them in half.
Yeah,
or
try to
the
stretch
wheel.
them out. Yeah.
The iron lung,
The
you had
horses, like where they tied
drawn and quartered.
both ends of you and split you apart.
Yeah.
the metal hot rod up the anus, the
keister.
one or the other one.
I gotta pay
Yeah,
for
no.
this kind of stuff. Go ahead, continue.
All right, continue. This right here, she's Saint Olga of Kiev. That she became a saint later
From Ukraine,
From Ukraine.
Russia at the
I
time.
don't-
Russia at the time.
Russia at the time.
and one day soon to be again.
Probably.
That's my Russian propagandist.
So she became a saint, and she came to Christ later in life after all this revenge, killing, and blood. Look at the picture. I love this picture.
Well, who did she kill and why and how and when? Not forget the when. Why and who?
Not who, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like this describe this people as the Drevlins. Drevlins.
Why did she do it?
Because they killed her husband.
Okay.
And it took her years of plotting, scheming. In one of the incidents, because she had 4 occasions of revenge. In the first one, she invited them to a big feast and poisoned everyone.
Wow.
then she was invited to another feast and slaughtered all of them when they got drunk.
You'd
For
think
the
they
sake-
would stop inviting her to feast. So
What a-
they're very
what
like,
a
fool me
bad-
once, shame
what a
on
bad-
you.
I
Fool
know.
me twice.
What a
Like,
bad dinner guest. Like, you know.
terrible dinner guest.
Then she put together an army and took over their town and slaughtered everyone. Everyone that she didn't slaughter before, she slaughtered all of them afterwards.
See, I like this plot better than John Wick. I wasn't sold on them killing his dog for him to go that crazy, especially since it was a puppy and they hadn't really established a relationship yet.
The dog-
this
But the
is a plot
dog
to a movie.
represented
The
his
wife.
dead wife.
Yeah, because she gave him the dog in place of her as
Yeah,
she was
but he's
dying.
As
still-
she was
still-
dying of cancer.
He's
How
still-
could
And
you
a
not identify with that movie?
And a dog is the man's best friend.
They had
They
not
don't say anything
they
about
had
the
not
wife.
established a relationship that I
And they
could
trashed the
relate
shit
to.
out of his awesome muscle car. All of
that
those
that
things
Yeah.
were enough for me to go get revenge, John
Yep.
Wick.
What a
Kill 'em
great
all.
movie. What a great movie.
Let's end and we'll just go watch it.
Go watch John Wick. Well, and my favorite of all, we have a clip for this one because it was recent enough. The kid Killdozer. By the way,
Killdozer?
Oh yes, there's a documentary on this guy. The guy that
Will-
go ahead.
Will-
You
No, you go ahead.
well, the guy that so there was some type of permitting issue, right? Was it Colorado? That he is this the guy that created the indestructible bulldozer and then
and he
went
went
around
on suicide.
town?
His last name starts with W. Will
No, Heimer.
Heimer. Hi.
Heimer.
Well, you know the story better than I.
Well, anyhow, he had some permits, issues with
Yes.
the city, and they ended up seizing his land. All right, he had what do you call it, like a car shop, and they took part of his land. He went through all the right ways to do it until he had enough, and the next logical, decision is to make a literal tank. You never heard about this, Brandon?
Never heard about it. Sounds
All right.
like death proof.
Or Brandon, he grabbed a tractor, armored the tractor, and cost $7 million in damages.
he spent
Wow.
Look, what he did was he used that spot that the city was trying to take over his automotive business, and he locked the doors. He put the backhoe in there, and then he built an armor-proof tank over all of these months, and then goes around and destroys the entire town.
That's awesome.
Well, he had a manifesto which is still widely cited to this day, and it says like when you drive reasonable men to do unreasonable things when you just don't leave them alone. But
That's like that movie Falling Down. It
is.
seemed like a reasonable guy, just pushed to the max, and then he snapped.
He was a mechanic going with his business, whatever, until he was pushed and had enough. And we have some video footage of him causing damages.
A bulldozer levels a building in Granby, Colorado. Then another. And another.
Oh my
It's part of a meticulously planned citywide demolition
they killed
project.
him.
The bulldozer went crazy.
But this plan wasn't put together by city engineers or construction workers.
Received a 911 call reporting that there is an out-of-control bulldozer.
It's the brainchild of an angry man with a grudge against a lot of local people and businesses.
They can't tell who's driving it, but there is someone inside.
The man inside this armor-plated bulldozer is Marv Heemeyer. As horrified townspeople run for their lives, Heemeyer wrecks buildings and vehicles one after another.
It's a very, very soulless.
And he's ready to take on sheriff's deputies or anybody else who stands in his way. Heemeyer's an accomplished welder who spent a lot of time inside a secret workshop.
Yeah, it's all encased in metal, and you can't see who's driving or anything.
There, he outfitted the dozer with 2 sheets of half-inch steel plating with a layer of concrete in between.
What type do you need?
On this day,
But,
he seals
that's why it's
himself
called
in and
bulldozer.
takes off on a violent ride.
Killdozer Day.
Yeah, it's huge with libertarians. Yeah, black. No, I'm not kidding.
I gotta tell you, I'm shocked that your number one was not Lorena Bobbitt, who chopped off her husband's penis for alleged infidelity. I mean, that's the ultimate act of revenge.
Well, or you
we-
could go for sticking in the 90s. Remember Joey Buttafuoco?
I do remember Joey Buttafuoco, but I
He
don't
had
remember.
sex with a girl named, Amy something. She ended up going. Then he broke off the relationship. He was married. He was like this auto body shop owner in like Long Island, New York, in the late '80s. He bangs this teenager at the time. She then he breaks off the relationship. She shows up to his house, and when his wife opens the door, she shoots Joey Buttafuoco's wife in the head. Doesn't kill her, but then flees the scene and gets arrested. But yeah, those were like the 90s revenge. It was cutting people's wieners off or shooting their wives in the head.
I always said,
He shot her in the head and she didn't die.
She didn't die. She's still alive to this day, I believe.
Some
Mary
people
Jo
survive
Buttafuoco.
headshots, and the bullet has to stay in there.
Yeah, I mean, she had damage, and she was
Bullet
never the
fragments.
same. But she was like not like mental damage, but she had physical damage to her body where like certain parts of her brain didn't work, and she had to go through rehab. But that was revenge in the 80s and 90s. We'll kill you or cut your dick off. And I gotta be honest, as a guy, is there a point if you lose your genitals, and I'm sorry to have this conversation in front of you, Amy, but at a certain point, what is life worth living if you lost your penis? Would you, if they were like, listen, we're gonna cut your dick off or we're gonna kill you, what would you prefer?
Kill me now.
Kill me.
Kill me now.
Kill me.
I'll live without it. I just want to see it. Did they reattach Bob's penis?
Yes, he ended up going into, this is the craziest
Wait,
part.
what? Oh
They
my god!
reattached his genitalia, and then he went into the adult film industry.
I-
Yes, they gave him a new Franken, and that was the name of the porno. God, I can't believe I know this. It's called like Frankenpenis, the John Bobbitt story.
Couldn't you just like transition and then make a shitload of money from creeps off OnlyFans if you were confronted with those two
Is
choices?
Bobbitt still alive? Because you hook him up with Hawk Tuah girl, and I found a way that she could make the money.
John Bobbitt. We're gonna end on this note. Is John Bobbitt still alive? He is. He's 57 years old. And you know what his Wikipedia profile lists him as?
What?
Porn actor. So think about that. Wow.
Man, that's a big.
Okay,
That's a comeback
you know what?
story.
Maybe you know what?
Pun
Cut mine off.
intended.
Give me a new,
Cut it
bigger
out.
one. Anything would be bigger than the one I have now. So why not take that transplant? I'm basically transgender.
So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.